Hello there, our wonderful and esteemed viewers on this favorite mathematics YouTube channel, Mathematics by Abu Zainab. You're welcome once again to our favorite channel, specially created for you and I to demystify mathematics and tackle the age-long phobia associated with this all-important subject, one topic at a time. Today, we're continuing on our very important topic in algebra, and that is quadratic equation. In our last two videos, we have looked at what a quadratic equation is and two methods of solving quadratic equation, which are factorization method and completing the square method. Today, we go right into the third method, which is called the quadratic formula method or general formula method. As I mentioned in our last class or last video on completing the square method, I did emphasize that completing the square method was used in deriving the general formula method. And the examples we looked at, I did tell you that they actually are a follow-up or a systematic approach. And today, as briefly as possible, I'm going to show you how that general formula is derived using completing the square method. So let's see how it pans out. Remember, the standard quadratic equation is given as ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So, the general formula method, in essence, is like being asked to solve this equation the way it is without real values of a, b, and c. Or, loosely said, you are actually being asked to make x the subject of the formula. So, if you have to solve this equation as it were, remember from the last class, in completing the square, which I said that you ensure that the x squared has 1 as the coefficient. So let's go. We have ax squared divided by a plus b divided by a plus c divided by a equals 0 divided by a. Hence we have x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equals to 0. That's step 1, which is to ensure that the x squared has 1 as coefficient. Then from the last class, the next thing is to move the constant to the other side. X squared plus b over ax equals to minus c over a. This plus c has gone there. So I want to see if we can compare or draw comparisons between what we did now, what we're doing now, and the solutions in the last video. So the next, if you recall, is to complete the square proper. And how do you do that? You simply add the same value to both sides. And what's the same value? Half the square of this coefficient. So square the half rather. So we have plus b over 2a. So half of b over 2a is b over 2a. Remember, I was emphasizing that the sign here must necessarily be the sign in the bracket, then squared. The same thing here, plus b over 2a and squared. Then again, remember from the last video that I'm going to include the two terms that have square in a single bracket. I'm going to have x and plus b over 2a all squared equals then minus c over a plus squaring that I'm going to have b squared over 4a squared. So when you solve this right hand side, the LCM is 4a squared. So a in 4a squared is 4a times minus c minus 4ac plus 4a squared and 4a squared is 1 times b squared. We've got b squared, which can be rewritten as b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. That is still x plus b over 2a all squared. Remember, the next thing is to take the square root of both sides. And I emphasize then that when you are taking square root of both sides, you must include plus or minus. So square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. So when the square root acts on both numerator and denominator, it reduces to root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Because root 4 is 2, root a squared is a. Hence, the last step is to move b plus 2a to the other side. That becomes minus b over 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And to finish up that, we've got the same denominator, so we have just 2a, then minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac. And that is the general formula. This is called the general formula for solving quadratic equations, and it's very, very versatile. Now, I believe this is quite understood, and henceforth we'll be using this formula to solve problems. Now, let's solve a couple of questions, quadratic equations, using this general formula method. So, solve by formula method. So we have, say, y squared minus 6y minus 7 equals 0. Let's start with this. Y squared minus 6y minus 7 equals 0. So the very first thing you do in this formula method is to identify your letters A, B, and C. A here is 1, because that's the coefficient of y squared. B is minus 6. A very common mistake students make a lot is to always ignore this minus. The sign here must be please included. If it's plus, plus. If it's minus, please don't forget to put the minus. And C is also minus 7. Once you've gotten this three, then you are good to go. Then we are actually solving for y this time around, not x. So y is equals to, the formula is minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. All you need to do in this method is to just substitute. So you have minus in the formula, b is also minus 6, plus or minus 6 squared minus 4. A is 1, C is minus 7 over 2A is also 1. Just substitution. This gives us minus times minus 6 plus or minus 6 squared is 36. So minus 4 times 1 times minus 7, that's plus 28 over 2. So we have 6 plus or minus 36 plus 28 is 64 over 2. So we still go on and have y equals 6 plus or minus root 64 is 8. And that is going to be separated now. 6 plus 8 over 2, or 6 minus 8 over 2. We simply separate the plus and minus. So 6 plus 8 is 14 over 2. 6 minus 8 is minus 2 over 2. Hence we have here 7 or minus 1. These are the roots or solution of this quadratic equation, which I believe you found quite straightforward. Okay, now let's take another question. From experience, this method seems to be students' all-time favorite. Hence, students and candidates alike tend to stick to this formula method. But as I said earlier in the previous videos, that it's important to know the methods, the various methods, because if an examiner requires you to use a specific method, then you are duty bound to stick to that specified method, regardless of the fact that you are going to get the same answer if you choose to use another method. Because if you choose to use another method, then you have not followed the instruction in the question. Hence, you'll be graded 0, which we don't want. So it's very important to know all the methods so that you are going to be at liberty to choose. Now, the next question now, say we have 3y squared plus 4y is equals to 2. If you are to solve this, what do? The very first thing you need to do is to identify your ABC. But before then, this question is not yet in the standard form. So if you pick ABC here, you're going to be wrong. You're going to be wrong. So you're going to have what here? 3y squared plus 4y minus 2 equals 0. Now, okay, sorry, this should be 1 here. Let's make that 1 here. So I'm going to have 1 there. Okay, A here is now 3, B is 4, and C is minus 1. Okay, so using the formula y equals minus b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, and we proceed as before. So we have minus b is 4 plus or minus root of 4 squared minus 4. A is 3 and c is minus 1 all over 2a. So at this stage, we just simplify. So we have minus 4 plus or minus b squared is 16, which is 4 squared. Minus 4 times 3 times minus 1, that's going to be plus 12 over 2a, which is 2 times 3. A is 3. A is 3, so 2 times 3. So we're going to have minus 4 plus or minus 16 plus 12 is 28 over 6. And of course, remember from one of our lessons, sort, this actually is root 4 times root 7, that's 28 over 6. That gives us minus 4 plus or minus 2 root 7 over 6. And you can go further by factorizing as minus 2 bracket, 2 bracket minus 2 plus or minus root 7 over 6, which gives minus 2 plus or minus root 7 all over 3. And you can leave your answer this way, or you proceed by using calculator to get the root of 7. And that again is a solution using the quadratic formula method. And we can go on and on and on. I believe you found today's class also very interesting, as I did. So if you do, please endeavor to watch, subscribe, share, and most importantly, tune on your bell so that you'll be the first to know when our next video is going to drop. Thank you and stay blessed.